Ladies and gentlemen, this game is of course called Watcher of Realms, but it might as well be called the never-ending hunt for gear and heroes. So we're going to try and remedy one of those two today with a gear crafting session. So if you're unfamiliar with what I mean, you come in here to gear, you go to Foundry, and you have all these nice little materials that you can use to craft yourself up some pretty decent gear pieces. So for the left-hand side, we have Wicked Vengeance, we have Light's Grace, and we have Astral Guardian. And then for the right-hand side, you're going to have Morale, you're going to have Unshaken Will, Hell's Lament, Tempered Will, Cataclysm, and Wings of Grace. So obviously some of the most meta gear pieces inside the entire game, especially Wings of Grace. It's basically, invigoration on steroids, essentially. So we're going to be going through this. We're going to be crafting up all of this gear and seeing what's worth keeping. I am going to be pretty strict even with the exclusives that we get, just because I do have some decent gear on my account and I want to make sure that the storage doesn't start overflowing, essentially. So let's go ahead and hop straight into it. If you enjoy Watcher of Realms content and if you want to support the channel, make sure to go ahead and hit the like button as well as the subscribe button down below. It helps out a ton. We're almost at 3,000 subscribers. The goal was to get to 3,000 by the end of 2025, and we are pretty much there, ladies and gentlemen. So thank you all so much for the support. Discord is linked down below too if you want to hop in there. So we have our gear recommendation filters set up here. I'll just kind of very quickly scroll through it if you're curious about that. So this is the 3-piece gear set filters. I'm going to be completely honest. I do believe that these are the filters which were put out by Fastidious for kind of, mid to late game settings. I'm not here to tell you all about my gear presets, though. I can make a different video if that's something you guys are interested in. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and do that. So in case you're curious of why I'm just hitting select all. For the exclusives, what do we got? Crit rate, attack speed. Probably going to sell that, to be honest. We have Astral Guardian here for Toreador exclusive. We have HP bonus, defense bonus, attack bonus, healing effect. We'll keep that one and we'll roll it at some point and see if it rolls well. And then obviously we do have an Astral Guardian here that's worth rolling as well. We got 2 Elowen exclusives. Interesting. So we got HP bonus, healing effect, defense bonus, and attack bonus. And both of these are like pretty much perfect pieces. So we'll definitely be keeping both of those. And then we do have an Astral Guardian weapon, so we'll keep that as well. The recommendation settings are definitely pretty good, so if something on here is recommended, I think I'll be keeping it and at least rolling it a little bit. I am pretty low on like very good healer pieces, so I need to make sure to try and get, some decent options there. We have a pretty decent one here, a decent weapon as well, so we'll go ahead, we'll sell these. Getting about 50,000 gold per run, which is not bad. We have a Callista exclusive, so we have attack bonus, crit rate, rage regen, defense flat from Wicked Vengeance. Increases the trigger chance of the hero's talent by 5% and talent triggered knockback damage by 50%. Now, this is a tough one because we have a lot of the stats that we would want for Callista. We would probably prefer this, though, to be like crit damage or something like that, but I mean, that's pretty damn close to what we're looking for. Anyways, again, these pieces we're just going to keep. So that's a potentially very solid Callista exclusive there, which is pretty cool. We got a Leia exclusive here. I'm going to keep it because it is a healer piece with some good stats on there. So I'll definitely be rolling that up, seeing how it does. I'm probably going to, just in the interest of time, I'll stop clicking through like all of the non-exclusive ones so that we don't bog down the runtime of the video. Very good Razak exclusive here, actually. I'll definitely be keeping this. I do want to build out Razak, but the problem is that, so I don't like moving my gear around a crap ton because then inevitably I go into like some sort of a battle and I forget who's supposed to have what gear and somebody's naked, right? And speaking of which, I now just remembered that I took gear off of my Ingrid earlier and didn't put it back on her. So bear with me, ladies and gentlemen, while I do that real quick here while I talk about this. So I gear my heroes in a certain way where I don't really like to move around the gear sets a whole lot just because it's such a pain in the ass, even though it is free regearing and whatnot. But essentially because of that, There's certain heroes that I'll always keep gear on. So, you know, for example, like Ingrid, Valara, just so I don't have to worry about moving it around. So by the time I get all the way down to building somebody like a Razak, you know, they might not have the best gear pieces left. So the exclusives will kind of help to close that gap. Very nice Callista piece here, actually. Setrum, bit more questionable. Really just attack speed and crit rate on there. Not too interested in that, so we'll go ahead and sell that exclusive there. Let's go ahead and keep forging. Very few recommended exclusives here, which is a little bit unfortunate. Literally nothing recommended from this page. That's pretty crazy. Like I say, I have full faith in the gear presets. I've looked through these extensively. I've seen which pieces it recommends, doesn't recommend, and I kind of agree with it. Literally perfect piece here from Calypso exclusive. This is literally perfect, and it's her exclusive, but like crit rate, crit damage, attack bonus, and attack speed. This is like the chest plate from a Wicked Vengeance. So this is like, again, literally perfect. We're going to go ahead and roll this one up to 16. And it actually rolls pretty decently well as well. That is awesome, ladies and gentlemen. That is awesome. Doesn't get much better than that. So we're out of the Sanguine Fabric. Let's go ahead and start crafting with the Smoldering Scales. We got a Zealous exclusive here with some decent substats. I am definitely going to be keeping any Zealous pieces I might get because I don't think it's live yet, but he's supposed to be getting a buff where he's an anti-healer as well. Let's see. This is a very decent exclusive for Morgaine, actually, so we're going to go ahead and keep that as well. She'll make my Cultist faction a little bit stronger, which I certainly won't be complaining about. Absolute trash here on this cast, though, which is a bit of a shame. Go ahead and just keep forging. We got, like, one recommended. Of course, I am looking for, like, Cataclysm as well, so, like, any sort of Cataclysm gear that comes in here would be perfect. We got a pretty okay Cataclysm damage dealing piece there. Some other pieces here like defense bonuses and whatnot we're really not interested in for that particular gear set, so we'll go ahead and sell. I seen that we had an Ancient in there too, but I forgot to actually check who it was for, so that's a bit of a shame. Go ahead and keep selling there, though. We have some Wings of Grace coming through as well. We got a couple of exclusives here, so we got a very good Ancient exclusive. Or not Ancient, I keep saying Ancient. We got a very good Mythic exclusive for Magda, where when she knocks them back, they do less damage for a certain period of time. That's pretty good. And then Tallulah, from a Wings of Grace set, after her ritual is triggered, all 4 spirit effects heal adjacent allies one time with 100% healing multiplier. I may have to try and get those exclusive onto these units, to be honest, because those are both pretty decent exclusive pieces. So we'll go ahead and keep doing this. Now, we do have actually an Ancient here, so I am finally right. We have an Ancient, Tempered Will. Damage reduction plus 15% for each enemy blocked. Increase defense by 5%, stacking up to 4 times with a defense main bonus. Now, a little bit of a shame on that. I wish it was a HP main stat, because HP scales significantly better for your tanks inside Watcher of Realms. So most people, certainly not like endgame accounts, are going to be running. Most people are not going to be running a defense main stat there, is what I meant to say. We have a Mythic gear here, which is an exclusive crit damage, attack bonus, attack speed. Probably not going to keep that. We're really looking to see like crit rate or something like that on it as well. Just not good enough to be kept, I don't think. Let's see what we got here. This always messes me up, by the way, when it glows like this, because it's like, oh, that's an Ancient, and then it's not. But Cataclysm, damage and healing effect by 8%. We got attack bonus, crit rate, crit damage. We have no attack speed, but we do have defense bonus. I can probably see myself keeping that. We'll go ahead and keep it. Let's keep forging here. Another Ancient. This one is an Unshaken Will. When deployed, HP plus 20%. When attacked, recovers 5% of max HP. Triggers up to 1 time every 5 seconds. We have a defense bonus main with rage regen, crit damage, and attack bonus subs. That's a very odd piece, certainly. Now, I will actually go ahead and make the choice to manually keep some of these HP morale pieces, because I desperately need, and then we also need the Wings of Grace attack pieces as well, because I have so many healers that need to go into like the equivalent of Invigoration, and I just can't do it. Now we have a Hell's Lament, which is attack bonus, attack speed, crit rate with a crit damage main. That's pretty good. It would just be better if this was like a flat attack on the bottom, but still very, very good. And then we have a Shamir exclusive, which the fact that it's his exclusive alone makes me kind of want to sell it, but we will go ahead and end up keeping it there. So that is going to be the full crafts there, all of my materials. Let me know down below, of course, if there's any of those that you guys would have kept, or if you've had any luck forging gear recently. I'd love to hear about it. But that being said, thank you guys all so much for watching. I'll see you next time.